I could a number of changes. I think you want to strike Larson and Rita instead.
Oh,
Richard
yeah.
Larson?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
No,
goodness.
you had it.
Because I grabbed the same
Yeah.
format.
How was that? Let's see. Let me just get to the right thing here. Yeah, so the Bill Larson. Line 35. Something got screwy when maybe you were cut and pasting the last revenue. Those increases are 84, 168, and then you got a series. It looks like they're just a combination of the previous two. The right number isn't there.
Oh, I see. Yes.
Number 35.
Yep.
Line 110, you just need a dollar sign in front of the 10,000, I believe. 110. Yeah. 115. Very last word on the line, I think for their accommodation, singular. 121, I have a question mark. I just didn't understand it. The town manager then reviews the capital projects that are part of?
That are.
Are, okay, I wasn't sure. 147. I think we have starts off retirement of Bill Cheney. Do you think, do you mean who could assist instead of was? Was could assist in the water department?
Or was assisting in the water department?
Either way.
Who could assist?
I think you're trying to say that he
Mhm.
was available. No
Yes, he
longer
was.
Yeah.
Who could maybe?
Yeah.
181. There's a lot around this one. Heating fuel increases. It should be
Are.
from too many decreases in previous years. I wasn't quite sure I understood it, but R is the correct. Heating fuel increases are from too many decreases in previous years' budgets. And
We've increased it because over the past 2 or 3 years, we've been decreasing it
okay,
and we went too far.
okay, I
So-
see.
That was
Is it estimates you mean? Decreases in estimates?
Too
a
many.
decrease in budgeted amounts.
Budgeted
in
amounts.
prior years. Went too far and now we're having an
So
increase.
heating fuel increases are from too many decreases in budgeted amounts in
Yeah.
previous years'
Yeah.
budgets.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And need, I think,
Yeah, need.
need to be brought back to actual use.
Yes.
222. The capital improvement plan, I think you have an extra word, as is. I think you might just strike the as,
Mm-hmm.
is a function.
Is a function.
And last, 251. Chris reviews the old ladder truck. The issues that was removed, I maybe want to say the issues causing its removal or the
Issues.
failures causing it removal on what issues are fine, but if you want to be more
The
descriptive.
the inspection items that failed.
The inspection items that test, the
The
tests
test items that failed.
that fail, something like that, just to be more.
Yeah.
And that's all I had for.
All right,
that's all I
Margaret,
can see.
anything? All right, I'll make a motion to approve these as amended. Is there a second?
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We'll move to 27.
I had a few.
All right.
Line 30. It's just funny the way a vendor has been looking for us. Well, we're looking for a truck for us. A vendor has been looking for a truck. A vendor has been looking for us.
Yeah, we've been out looking for a truck for.
All right. I just
Pursuing a search.
It's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
I just found it funny. It's written. That's
You can change
okay.
it.
No, it's a vendor has been looking for a truck for us.
Yeah, throw that in.
That's it.
41. I think you can lose the apostrophe and you just put either quotation marks or extra. Usually have extra trucks on their lots. Might be the best way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
69. Let's see. I think which included in. I think having as is extraneous there. Included existing positions and with the proposed new staffing.
Okay. Yep.
71. I think you mean is not in to, to propose 2019 is 6.07.
Mhm.
And last 72, that has been traditionally a number we have used for the following year. Nope, I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong line, 72, sorry about that. Also, update, of course, I'll to bring them back in line, I think. That's all I have for that one.
Okay, Margaret, anything on that? All right, is there a motion to approve the minutes of 2/7?
I so move.
Is there a second? All in favor?
Aye.
I will move to our 3/12 regular meeting.
I have nothing.
Yeah, I didn't have anything on that either.
The only thing that needs to be added to that is the fact that you elected Mike as the chair and Margaret as the vice chair.
Oh,
That's not in there.
Oh.
Chris Huber was listed not as trustee of the trust fund, she's listed as conservation commission.
Yes,
Yes.
Chris Beerbrier was reappointed to the Conservation Commission.
Right, we did that.
Not
Mhm.
the,
no, the other, she was,
It's on there.
she's also on the conservation.
well, no, she was elected,
To the
that's right,
trustee.
to the trustees of the trust funds.
But
Right.
didn't we have to wait for Cheryl to resign? for her?
Yes, and you don't reappoint to the trustee board.
That's what I thought.
They elect their own replacement through next town meeting.
Right.
I just think that was mistyped on the minutes. That was all.
It has her as full member of conservation.
A full member of the Conservation
Yeah,
Commission.
Which we did do.
Oh, so she.
Yeah, she's
She is
appointed.
Oh,
It wasn't an election.
Okay,
Oh, I
gotcha.
see.
Gotcha.
That was my question.
So you just need to add.
Add Mike and Margaret as chair and vice chair.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I'll put
I
that,
will make a motion to approve the minutes from 3/12 as amended. Is there a second?
I second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
I will move to financial.
You have I included the report for your review.
I don't have a problem flipping this report in my-
Oh,
Yeah, because it keeps on flipping.
Oh,
Yeah.
because it's sideways. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I'll scan it differently so that it's easier to read.
Yeah.
You gotta remember, I can't turn the radio off.
Got
This is way beyond.
No,
Then
I got it.
popular now.
So, There are three
Right.
departments that are overexpended. Given that we are 23% through the year. Insurance is a timing issue with
Right.
premium payments. The water department is ahead, but we've done 2 purchases of chemicals.
Right,
So that's why they're ahead. And debt service is a timing issue.
right.
The other 2 are highways and streets at 31.5%, and solid waste disposal at 32%. And like I put in my memo,
Right.
we're gonna watch those, but we're not, it's not critical at this point. We should be able to make up most of that
That's just the
overexpense.
over.
That was the overexpense for
Expense from
snow
the-
plowing and then
Okay.
the truck.
So as a
I'm sorry, Mark, didn't we have a discussion about adding some money to the
Exactly.
budget
Yeah.
as an amendment?
But
And that never happened.
no,
No.
it didn't, because when Jim and I went back, we're only about 7,000 to 8,000 over, when you take out what we would have spent for our own truck maintenance and all of
Okay.
that. So I didn't want to, with everything else going on at town meeting, I didn't want to mess it up for $10,000. We can make it work. And if we had some other catastrophic issue, then we'll be into an emergency appropriation anyway. So I didn't think, quite frankly, it was worth it to try to do an amendment and get everybody confused. When Jim and I looked at our historical data.
Okay, Margaret?
No, I'm all set,
Yeah,
thanks.
Okay.
that was the same question I was gonna
Yeah.
ask. Well, I'll settle that. And that should level out because we are going through a slower period where we would be below our regular. If we,
Well, yeah,
no,
yeah,
if we just
hopefully.
amortized it by
right.
12, we would be going into a lower period anyways.
that's right.
And we'll see how it shakes out and if the
Yeah.
truck holds up. And can we take the revenue that we get from the new truck? From the old truck, when and if we sell it, can we take that revenue and part of that revenue, besides going towards retiring the debt on the new truck,
Mhm.
could we take a part of that and put it towards our overage expenses that were caused by having to rent the truck?
I can ask DRA.
Yeah.
So if DRA would have to sign off on it, but
Do you
I
like
think
that
that's
idea?
reasonable.
Yeah, that is a good idea.
And that brings us back to a real level playing field of looking at our numbers. If we look at the numbers a couple of years from now,
Right.
we'll have this the bump. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, we will move to department heads now, if that's all right with everybody. And considering Chris is the one here and not on call, so
Not much to report.
Margaret, are you still there?
I am still here.
Okay.
You're beeping.
Yeah, I know, I just missed the turn when we were talking.
Oh, okay.
It's the car.
So my navigation system is redirecting me.
All right, I just saw we lost you.
The freestyle, US freestyle was pretty uneventful for us. We're interested to see what this weekend brings.
Yeah.
Kind of an unknown.
And the weather's supposed to be bizarre this weekend.
It is cold, windy,
Really
really good
bad.
everything. I
Yes.
guess.
Yeah.
The weather models right now are everything from 4 inches in rain to 12 inches of snow. So,
And don't they have to pack the course down to make this so it's like glare ice or something?
Any new snow that's gonna fall on that hill, they'll blade off. They want it as rock solid as they can
That's
get
what I
it.
mean.
Yeah.
It has to be like firm and icy.
They won't pack it. They'll completely remove it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm just wondering, how, if you get some rain on top of that.
They'll remove it all. It won't freeze. It'll create
Really?
holes.
Okay, you would know better than I
Yeah.
would.
I don't race.
Yeah.
So other than that, we're trying to get going towards spring here.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Are you adding extra staff for this race coming? Have you added staff for these races at all?
Will not.
And is there any thought for this one?
Well, this is the first one, so we'll see what happens. I don't anticipate that we will have to. There are some, she getting chased by the
I don't know, do you
police
have
now.
chickens in
That's
your car?
her,
Mark?
no, that's her
No,
blinker.
that was the cop going by.
Oh, okay.
Presumably not pulling out in front of you.
No.
Okay,
There
so
are
they haven't requested it or any of it?
No, there are some, I don't know if you call it a rider or what, but the US team, the national team or the organization requires them not to do, but we haven't been involved in much of that.
And really quiet, no injuries. Hockey is over for the season, as I understand it.
Hockey's done. We've had some pretty big, pretty good injuries this week. We've had a couple of pelvic fractures.
Next month?
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny how the type of calls kind of go in
Are they
stages.
streaks or regular people?
Regular people.
So it's-
Well, streakers are regular people.
But you know what I mean.
Just local or.
Just to put it on the records, we have a senior group that's called Silver Streaks.
Yeah, and they don't
Sees
streak.
every day.
Yeah.
And I was wondering if, we're.
No, they're it's mostly day trippers.
And they don't streak in the 1970s.
Right, exactly.
That we know about.
They
Yes.
may.
You can only be a streaker if you're 50 or older. Though.
Yeah.
Now, another question I have about hockey
Mhm.
is I was talking to some people who live in the lodges.
Okay.
And they were concerned that they're seeing an elevation again in the volume in the lodges.
Yeah.
Where is it worth having another tune-up? Because I think every few years we have a tune-up and it seems to work for a year or two. Have you guys noticed more calls or more activity based on what I'm hearing?
We have not, but the numbers are up for the hockey academy.
Yeah, they were
so,
up 25,
Yeah.
30% this year.
But we haven't.
No, that's the point I'm trying to see. Is it internal? Is it not really bad? Is it not bad enough to warrant you guys having to intervene?
So I would say, to answer that question, I would say it's not at that point yet. The best results we got were when it was driven by the hockey academy.
Right.
The tune-up, as you
Exactly.
refer to it as. And that was Fred and,
Fred and John.
Fred and John.
I know, it worked really well.
Through Rory maybe,
Right.
had us.
They published rules and made the rules. They were handed
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
You know,
They may need to
maybe
be
we might
refreshed.
let him just talk in the off season about getting back to basics to ensure we can continue with this friendly relationship.
Yep.
All right. And everybody's good, everybody healthy and all the equipment working? Have you had to use the new, it's not a Kubota, what's the new machine called?
Mahindra.
Mahindra.
We used it a couple weeks ago to pick somebody up on Mad River Trail.
Yeah.
Or at the end of Mad River Trail, on the bridge. So yeah, we use it for Special Olympics.
Margaret, any public safety questions?
Nope.
Rich?
Just once, Chris, have you heard, I noticed there was nobody from the highway department working today. Do you know what the status of that bridge repair project is? Have you heard anything?
They're demobilizing now.
They are? That's what I was wondering.
Yeah.
Looked like they were taking things apart.
Yeah. So
Is
I'm
the thing coming into town?
Yeah, 49.
thinking that maybe another couple weeks. There's only so long they can work with that when the water starts flowing. They're working right in it, so.
Oh,
I
really?
think that's
I
why
didn't
they
know.
had to do it in the winter, is because it was frozen.
Oh,
So
okay.
once they get a charge of water, they're done. But I think they are done, they're just picking up now.
Was that just repairs or?
It was, they were
Oh, great.
redoing the culvert.
Oh,
Yeah, they
culvert.
resurfaced the inside of the box culvert.
I see. Thank you.
Anything to report through you from the rec department?
Nothing for the rec, other than we have the interviews starting tomorrow,
And how many are you interviewing?
5.
Out of how many resumes?
We received 2, let's see.
Good number, right?
Yeah, 511 people looked at the job announcement online, 37 applicants for the position.
Wow.
Plus, we received probably 1 or 2 more in addition to
Well,
this.
those ones, and I actually read that and I was like, oh, it's not really that accurate, because I think there's probably 6 or 8 that came in from Brooks Recreation. She posted it on some recreation
On
websites
recreation
as well. So there were 6 or
Indeed.
7 that came in as well as the Indeed.
That's just the Indeed.
Must be popular.
And
So that's good, there are 5, they're all very good, and we've received at least 3 applications since we started calling and setting up the appointments. And I think we could probably interview 2 of those 3, so.
And just to step out, but piggyback on top, the administrative position at town hall.
Yeah, we have had, again, a couple hundred views, and we have
Oh, there's,
35 or so applications. I've gone through them, and there are at least 6 people that we'd like to look at for interviews.
Any resident property owners in the?
Nope. Okay.
All right, and
And then for Public Works, we have both trucks, so whatever we get for weather, they should.
we're not gonna get
Both
anything
be
now, we
working.
got both trucks.
That's right, we got both trucks, so there won't be,
They'll sit in the
Any-
rain.
absolutely.
Yes.
And Jim will be back next Tuesday.
Okay. Great. Any questions, Margaret, on public safety, public works, or recreation? Margaret?
Sounds like she's in a tunnel.
Yes. All right, we might come back. Rick?
No, I have no questions.
All right. Well, we need her count. Margaret, you with us?
Yeah, in and out, I'm just going through an area where they're fading a bit.
All right. Any questions from the department heads?
No,
Okay, great. How about calendar review? The next meeting is the 17th. Will you be back by then?
I will, I'm gonna be back April 3rd or 4th.
Okay, Rich, will you be?
I will follow.
Rich will call in.
Yeah.
Okay. The planning board is on
The
the 11th. And we need to set a date for the association review of solid waste ordinances.
Well, I'd like to have some
Sure,
dates from you, so if you could look at your calendars and email me dates, I'll.
I don't go
reach
anywhere,
out.
just figure it out with the other two.
Okay,
I'll be
You'll-
out of it
you'll be
until
out.
4 May,
Yeah.
starting this Saturday.
You're leaving
A week,
tomorrow?
yeah, a week, for, let's see,
So you're out most of April, is that what you're saying?
yeah, I'm gonna be down in Florida most of April.
Okay, and
But
just-
a week in Washington consulting at either end, so,
Okay.
6 weeks.
All right. So we'll move on to, and Margaret, how about you? Are you here for most of the month of April or are you going away again?
No, I'm here. Once I get back,
Okay.
I'll be there for Monday.
Okay, and I'm staying on for mud season as well.
Better man than me.
better.
All right, so let's move to new business. The town office schedule for April and May.
Yep.
Now, what I'm hearing from looking at what you said here is that you're not gonna hire anyone till you're back?
That's correct. And we'll work through that.
And when are you back?
I'm back on April 14th.
All right. Now, here's a question I have. What if we have someone who is a just super qualified candidate that we don't want to lose, and they have to say they need to know now?
I haven't seen any of them.
You haven't? Okay, no, just playing the devil's advocate.
Unfortunately, not yet.
Oh, no, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
there might be someone who might be in a bidding war.
Yeah.
You know, Romney might be working on something.
I don't.
Whatever you
there's
want to do.
been
No,
several
I'm
applicants
just
submitting
trying to come up with a plan B in case that comes up.
No, if that comes up, just do what you
Yeah.
need to do.
Okay, and Margaret, you'll help with that process again? If
Now, if
needed?
they need me, I will
If
be
needed.
there.
Okay, if needed. Okay,
Good. So the plan would be from April 1 to May, and it goes beyond just the position, but from April 1 to May 28. We close the offices on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 1 to
Yeah.
4. And
is May 28th Memorial Day
it's
weekend?
Memorial Day weekend. So when we come back from Memorial Day weekend, we'll be back on the regular schedule.
Yeah, that seems fine to me. We're going to a slow.
Yeah, it'll be the slow time. We figure we have a water and sewer billing that we need to do. We need to do a tax billing. We have staff training that we need to do on our new Clerk Works program. And then we have the regular office admin stuff that we need to do. So if we're not taking care of the phones and
Yeah.
counter traffic for a few hours a week, that gives us time to do that.
Okay. Work plan for 2019?
You have it in front of you there. No,
It's-
it's a hard copy. Hard copy. right there.
Gotcha.
And I've emailed this to Margaret, so I don't expect to review it. It's pretty long, so these are all things that go from one day to several months of time, but go through those. If you have any questions, just let me know.
Who's back there?
Yeah, there is. There's a lot of
Yeah. It's good to have this list because we can keep this as a living document.
Mhm.
Think back of Valley Road Summit.
Yeah, that's, more people are concerned with that than anything else.
They are. It was mentioned to me 3 times this week already.
Now, do we
Just
have to ask the
walking around.
Forest Service for permission? to get-
Well, I want to talk to you about that because if we make a change, I would rather ask rather than
Yeah.
beg for
I-
forgiveness.
I think
because-
we would,
This time around.
Yeah,
I think
Very
the basic
regular.
idea we kicked around
Yeah.
was thank you for visiting Waterville Valley, a proud partner of the United States Forest Service, or something like that.
okay.
Something that references them,
Mhm.
I think would have the least resistance. Is that a good assumption?
Mhm. I agree. I think we need to mention them.
And who would you need to contact for that?
Brooke Brown at the Forest Service, she's been very cooperative,
Right.
so she's the one that let us keep the sign, so.
Right.
I don't think she'll have any problem with it, but I want something in writing from her.
That would be a good thing to just, I know it's not a
And-
big deal, slide it up on the priorities.
Yeah, and how do you want to go about doing this? Public Works is not going out there with a can of paint.
No, we can
And so-
hire a sign
Okay.
painter. What could it cost? $200?
for you, so I don't think that'd be much. But I just, I'd rather have it professionally done.
We could have the school do it.
Well, we could, they could take some watercolors out there.
Yeah.
A big heart. with
Yeah,
all their
big
names on
heart.
it.
Yeah, there you
I heart WZ.
Yeah.
go.
I heart Forest Service.
Yeah. All right,
All right.
so professionally painted and masked, all right.
Yeah, and once we know that we can do it with their mention of it, let people in town know, so they have strong opinions.
Yeah, I don't
Take it
think
under
we can
advisement.
do it, well, I don't think we can do it, much before the 17th anyway, but we should have an answer on
Oh, yeah.
how to do it, but do you want it to come back to a meeting?
I think we can come up with an idea and have people come throw stuff out.
Okay,
It's a big part
That's
of
what I mean.
everyone, and they're more concerned with that than anything
Yeah.
else.
Yeah.
so bring it to the next meeting.
Yes, and I wanted to make sure it's not just my cronies that are picking the fabulous sign.
We could rent it, couldn't we?
We could.
Rent the space.
That's what the Forest Service
Services is
doesn't
right,
want us to
yes.
do. Yeah,
Too
Unless
bad.
they get a cut.
yeah, right, exactly.
Beware of bears, honey nut Cheerios.
Well, that's
Golden Teddy.
All right,
Vermont teddy bear.
Okay, so the work plan we've looked at, the grant opportunity, Mark, I think that's great.
yeah, if you put your thinking caps on and come up with a name, or just let me know and we'll reach out and talk to them. I just think that we need to,
Give it a shot, anything we can do, maybe if we get one, it'll start a roll on these things.
Did you see that email from Brenda Conklin about the library?
yeah,
That's,
but we've
Right.
applied for L-chip grants before and
Right.
we've not been
Right,
successful.
okay.
But again, we'll go back and ask, and Brooke wants to use either L-chip or another
right,
recreation-based program
Right.
for the trails potentially.
Right.
So, and that would all be money.
Mark, what,
Yeah, go ahead, Margaret.
sorry, Mark, what about, Sarah, who's helping out the planning board, isn't she grant experience?
No, she was in the planner side of North Country Council.
Okay,
So land use, we can ask her, but I don't think she has grant experience, but if she does, we'll.
Well, can we also get a hold of Bino, because he said he would help us.
Yeah, actually,
Bino's from
Brooke,
North Town. They came down and they said they would help us with some of these grants, and they, I think maybe we ask them.
actually Brooke and I have been talking about getting Bino here and
Yeah.
talking to him
About
about.
May, right?
Yeah. No,
Oh,
it's
separate.
another guy,
Okay.
yeah. Yeah.
It's Beanau or something. It's his real name is not.
Right. French.
We'll look into that.
All right. So let's, any other new business, Margaret?
no,
Rich?
No, I would just, Mark, if you do have the time, so someone could just answer Brenda to the email. Just say we're thank you, we're
I
pursuing.
thought somebody, yeah.
Oh, did we?
Okay,
Okay.
I'll see.
Just in terms of constituent services, I mean,
Yeah.
it's a letter or email that came in.
Mhm.
Okay, well, 3. Can we do anything with all the snow?
I know.
Yeah.
We gotta wait until the snow goes away, but we do have a meeting scheduled for next Tuesday morning at 8:30. So if anybody wants to be here, if 2 of you are gonna be here, then I would need to post it, but other than that. And it'll just be as a workshop, there's no
This is on the 26th, you said?
27th.
27th, yeah. I won't-
Tuesday.
I won't be.
I might be around, I'll just figure it out on there, so.
Okay.
I'll make sure, so.
All right,
All right, dam project update, another one.
The delayed dam project up there.
Yep, we've delayed till April 8th for the start date now. And we are We were just out there with Tim Smith and Public Works guys trying to figure out a way to clear off some of the snow and get the melting going on quicker. We're gonna talk again on Monday, but there's really no good way.
How deep do you get down? to
It's 4 feet in some places. And it's probably, what, 2 feet or so where the cat has been across the bridge.
And I
And
think,
it's ice.
yeah, I was gonna say I wasn't out there, but I suspect a lot
Yeah,
of it is
it's
ice. The
and-
last part of
and-
it.
Even where the cat hasn't been, because of that big rainstorm that we had and then it got cold, there's about a 3-inch layer of ice that's about halfway down in the snowpack. That's gonna be problematic once we get down to that level. It's gonna take additional time to thaw. And then you gotta start, we're talking about uncovering it so that we can get the thawing action going in the frost. Because right now the snow above it is just insulating it. So, I would anticipate with the weather that we have coming in, unless it's virtually all rain, that the date's gonna, that the date will slip again on Sunday. So we'll be back to the 15th. The contractor has already asked the engineer twice if he can have an extension, and we have said for the June 14th end date, substantial completion.
I guess I'm gonna have to look at it as on a daily
Yeah,
basis.
we basically are now. So, and Tim was there today, and he knows what's going on, and he's being as cooperative as he can without wrecking any more of the cross-country season than he needs to. So. But at some point, we need to get in there and take it all off. Yeah.
Hopefully we'll get
Because we're
some warmth and some sun for a few more than just an hour.
Boy, it doesn't look that.
There's nothing in the long-range
Yeah.
forecast that says
Great.
even
Well,
high
they're
They're not
40s.
even making maple syrup.
It
I
just
just
started
want-
like the day before yesterday.
Yeah, but.
And it's supposed to be almost done.
Yeah.
I just want the floor of I got 2 to 3 inches on the floor of my garage frozen solid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my other car is the wheel, is frozen in there.
No one rents these big propane
Oh,
powered
they do.
heaters.
They do,
It's gotta get down to 4
absolutely.
feet.
And but you gotta, and that's where they're going to go at some point.
Mhm.
But we've got to, the ski area has to say, we're done with cross-country and go to it. So at some point, we're gonna have to, say, we need to get in there. Because 4th of July,
Yeah, I mean,
we've only had that
they
2
fall.
week, that's right, and that's what I told Tim
Right.
today, the further we wait to get in there and take the snow out, the closer we get to the 4th of July. Nobody wants that. One issue, though, is Memorial Day weekend and the fishing derby. We'll talk to the contractor about getting the work on the pond side of the slopes done so that we can put the water back in. But I don't know how much DES is gonna let us, while they're still working, put the water back in and raise the level of the pond so that we can get fish in there in time to do the fishing derby. And I did talk to Dave on Monday, and we don't really want to spend a whole lot of money putting fish in there and then have to draw the pond level down.
Can I throw a left field thought?
I know what you're gonna say, go ahead.
It's come to me for just a second. Is there a way of doing this at the Campton Dam for a year?
Well, that's a Forest Service.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think I was gonna say?
I thought you were gonna say,
Not do it this
your
year.
garage floor.
The
The
pool in your
Or
garage.
the golf course, which
Or the golf course.
is just too
No,
small.
of course, no.
Well, I mean, it's the
Well,
obvious
but
answer.
Dave was saying,
And you see the liner at the golf course, the
Yeah.
fish will be jumping out into people's
But
cars.
we did talk about Waterville Estates,
Yeah, well, that's what I meant, an
But
alternate.
Another venue.
but we kind of put them to business
No.
Well,
with ours.
let's see what happens.
So, and I think the whole intent of the fishing derby is to get people into town.
Oh, no, we've got it, but we just, hopefully it'll get warm. It'll get warm, and as we all know, if we get longer days with a lot of sun and the air
It
stays
does go
warm,
fast.
it can go fast.
So not too.
no, it can go way tomorrow.
Yeah,
We would be fine.
I don't think anybody would have any.
No one would have.
How about downstream of it?
I don't,
that's a good thing about being upstream.
that's it, we're upstream. That's not our
Downriver.
problem.
Okay,
Any
Not
other
our
I didn't
questions?
say that.
on Dam, Margaret?
No,
Rich, anything on the dam?
No, sir.
Okay, vehicle purchase and lease arrangements.
The trash truck, and I confirmed with the trash truck that the chassis delivery is planned right now for the 26th of April.
Yep.
Then it goes to Heil, and they're building the body right now. So we're probably talking realistically 60 or so days from there, so June.
June.
So we're on track for the beginning of July. So they are on track. The backhoe is on order, and the rec bus is on order, including all of the financing. Everything was done within budget for both of those lease arrangements. The rec bus could be here within 3 or 4 weeks, I think, or maybe less. So that is an on-hand piece of equipment because it's basically a mini school bus. So, they do keep those in stock. The backhoe, we're looking at 90 to 120 days.
But our backhoe's still working.
But our backhoes, I'm not even gonna say that. Our backhoe is operational. So
how is our working trash truck?
it's, hasn't broken down
Jinx.
lately, today. So, but yeah, we're doing okay for right now.
You have that little chalkboard in the
Okay.
shed that says how many days. we're on the
Our
backhoe.
days
Is
without
anyone, are you
breakdown.
taking, anyone taking bets on it?
No, no over and under,
No.
March Madness.
right.
Our own.
And then I, with the ladder truck, I'm gonna talk to the bond bank to see if we can close on that. As close to the September due date
Yeah.
for the lease, just to save interest. So we won't pay that off until
And
we
there's,
absolutely have to.
we can't pay it off before, can't pay off the lease early and take a vacation.
I think within a couple of months, it would,
Is it months or
We won't-
days? It's,
yeah, it's a month's thing. I'd have to look at the document again, but we won't have the bond bank money until June anyway. So, we're only talking 3 months. So we'll just get them to keep the money as long
and
as we
while
can.
they own it, is there an opportunity for us to have an inspection done before we sign the papers to see if anything is less than perfect?
It came with all the certificates and stuff.
Yeah, but I'm saying that that was almost a year ago. Do we have the opportunity to do that, to maybe say that?
Try.
Yeah. Oh, I
As
don't
far as
know.
the dealer's concerned, as far as the
We already have.
manufacturer, we already own it.
And the warranties come into effect on the date of
the
purchase,
lease.
The lease.
on the lease, date of lease.
So they've already started.
They've already started.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get around.
Okay, no, I see where you're going.
right.
Okay, sorry.
I mean, we can ask the question, but I'm pretty sure that Chris is.
Yep. So we move to correspondence.
Yeah.
All right, the one from,
Well, you'll be happy to know that
James.
Town of Waterville Valley has notoriety in being
Saw that.
named in the lawsuit, so that's good.
Were we named
So-
or just giving an example?
Well, yeah, no, we're not named in the actual
Right.
suit, but
It
yes, we
falls
are
out.
an example in the lawsuit of a town that is actually, well, they're actually saying that the state is a lot closer to doing the formula with us than it is with the non-donor town communities. But yes, we are getting to keep the extra 400,000.
Is anybody working on a compromise plan?
Well,
that we don't-
actually,
that we
the
don't know about?
No, the statute, I mean, I think that's what Jane was talking about here is basically the legislature has paused
Right.
to see what the court will do. If the court, says that they'll take it up later down the road, I think you'll see everything at the state, as far as legislation is concerned, stop.
Right.
Because they'll just wait to see what the decision by the court is. And then, the only issue that we have here, like she said, is an injunction which says, oh, by the way, in the interim, this
Exactly.
is unconstitutional, and in the interim, you guys have to send us your money,
And
and we'll worry about, yeah, we'll give it back to you later.
Same thing like with the formula.
That's
with the
right.
polls,
That's right.
is a lawsuit.
Yeah, so I think that's our biggest worry right now would be, because that would mean that we would have the $400,000 to pay in October.
Right.
And that wouldn't be good.
And where would?
The
now-
tax rate would go up to make up the difference.
Oh, so it wouldn't be, it would tell us we had to pay, but we wouldn't have to pay until we had issued a tax.
The tax bill, yes,
Right.
yes,
Okay,
it
so
would be
wouldn't
post-tax bill.
Exactly.
That's right. But the rate would be much
No,
different than
I
the
got you.
total
This would
town
be the
meeting.
school portion of the.
No, it,
Now,
yes,
It was-
the local education
Right, that's
portion
right.
of the rate would go up to make up the 400,000. 425,000 or something like that is what we are on the list right now.
okay, then we have a letter from Cheryl graciously thanking us, and I think we should recognize Cheryl in some way for all the good work.
Okay,
She, and the contributions that she and Bruce have made to the town since they've been here.
Yep. so something,
I think if we have some kind of certificate of
Yeah.
appreciation, we could do, that would be great.
I'll ask her to. come
Margaret, how do you
in.
feel about that?
Yeah, I feel that's a good idea. She's really been in there for us.
I'll ask her to come to the April meeting and have her certificate.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay. Rich, no problem with that?
Yep, I'm good.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Then we have our water results, which.
Yep.
Look
Just-
really good for,
As
Absent-
in non-existent.
Absent,
Yeah.
yes.
Right.
Very good.
I'll take that any day.
Mhm.
Then the letter from the North County Planning Board to talk about transportation.
They want to come in, they are going around to all of the regional communities and meeting with the select boards.
Now, is
city
Alex the
council.
person who has been here before?
I don't think,
I don't
Alan.
recognize that name.
no, he's new. He's relatively new, probably been there only a year or so. But is the May 8th meeting okay?
Sure.
Sure, whenever the next,
All right.
the April one.
And you guys get all to be here.
Yeah, I'll be there. I'll be back.
Okay, good.
Okay. And the last letter we have, I think, we want to
Non-public.
talk about that in non-public,
Yeah.
not that it's anything, it's just a very complicated situation. We got, can I say what
It's a
involved?
negotiation, yeah, it's a
It's a
potential
With
negotiation.
the ice arena, so it involves a lot of moving parts where we haven't quite figured this letter has come to us out of the blue, and it's not a bad thing, it's not, like, for the record, the ice arena, it's not the Academy talking about leaving or anything else. For the record, they had one of their best years ever.
That's right.
Things are up, they're very happy, but it's a matter of what we have to do with it. All right.
And it's physical point.
Okay.
So,
All right, privilege of floor number 2, I don't see anybody there. Oh, wait a minute.
No, I forgot to mention during my update that the hazard mitigation plan is being updated. And we're starting that on April 3rd, so we'll keep you posted on that. It's not real exciting, but there might be a meeting or two. They may need a representative from the board. So,
And we have to do that every 5 years or
Right.
something.
Yeah.
Like that.
and it's, we signed a grant for that. So we're starting that on April 3rd.
And I think it is important, because of this transportation thing with North Country Council and everything else. Our number
They all
one,
talk to each other.
they are, well, but, they talk to each other, which is great, but our number one hazard mitigation issue has been a second point of egress
Right.
in and out of town year round. And if we can get the North Country Council Transportation Plan in conjunction with the Forest Service, in conjunction with,
Triple I Road.
Right.
with, the state safety folks, and get Triple I Road, to be a year-round type thing, this might be a good way to bring them all together. So,
Okay, great.
all right,
All right.
thank you. Thank you for the general public. We're gonna go into non-public.
Well, let's make sure there are no board concerns.
I'm sorry.
On the
Yes.
record. Margaret, anything you'd like to talk about on the record?
No,
Rich?
Nothing.
I'm good. Thanks.
Okay, then we'd like to thank everyone for watching. And also, let us know you're watching. If you would think about sending an email
Mhm.
in town saying, watch us, it'd be great for us to know that people are watching.
Yep.
Okay, so it is 3:47, and we're gonna go into non-public now. And thank you all for showing up.
As a tip on that, Mike, if you go on our YouTube channel and you look at the